So over the last roughly week and a half, it has been boring in this market. If you have been, watching this market from roughly the beginning of November to now, it has been technically boring. Especially if you do hold XRP. I mean, XRP hasn't done much over the last roughly, 7 days or so. If we look at XRP, it is still up massively on the 30-day, the 90-day, and the 60-day. But it has been starting to get a little bit boring over the last couple days. And this is because the market has started to kind of consolidate. We have been seeing, a little bit of chop. And this is something that I have been talking about a little bit on the channel, especially as we do prepare for what is coming next. And in this video, I am going to be addressing a lot of information on, what we should be expecting next when it comes to Bitcoin, XRP, and the rest of the market. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. And if you guys are not in the free Discord, what are you guys waiting for? Join the free Discord down in the description below. Almost 10,000 members are in there, and you won't regret joining. So with that being said, let's dive on in and let's talk about a few things. First off, let's actually customize this. I want to check out the 24-hour gainers. And really kind of just move this around and check out what's been happening. Also on the 7-day, I want to just kind of share with you guys what's going on here. So in the last 7 days, like I said, XRP is down about almost 5%. 24 hours, not too significant gains here at all. There has been a lot of great gains across the board, though, when it comes to the top 100. There has been DeFi gems starting to really kind of go a little bit crazy, which is to be expected. Listen, as retail comes back, DeFi starts to pick up in a large way. So, we really kind of look at Aave, for example, Chainlink, SNX, and a few other ones. Even the DEX tokens, they've been doing very good, which is to be expected. But as we look at XRP, XRP hasn't been doing much over the last roughly week or so. This is what the last month looks like. Although, yes, we are up 179%, but that's going all the way back to November. This is what we're really kind of looking at, which is the move to roughly $2.90. I know that this is saying $2.84, but this is about $2.90 back in the beginning of the month. And then since then, we've just been kind of chopping a little bit sideways. And today it is the 15th, so it has been around roughly, 12 days since we saw that big move to the upside. So a lot of people are getting a little bit bored with XRP. They're saying, all right, XRP is doing nothing again. It's just kind of funny how that works, right? Like, as we really think about the retail sector, if XRP is not immediately going to a new all-time high, everyone starts getting a little bit bored. Now, one thing that I will say, and one thing that's kind of concerning to me, is simply just trading volume. If we actually look at the last 24-hour trading volume on XRP, we're sitting at about roughly 5.43 billion. And you can even see down here on the bottom of CoinMarketCap's chart, you could see the volume from roughly the second, the third, really diminishing over time to where we're at now. Now, is this, to the point where I'm saying, all right, well, that's it. I think XRP's topped out. No, I actually think that XRP is brewing for a much larger move, and I do think that volume is going to come back into XRP once we start to see the market kind of switch up a little bit. And what do I mean by that? Well, money starts trickling down, and we see rotations happen in the market. I do think that we are going to see a substantial rotation into XRP as well in the coming, possibly hours, days. And the reason why I say that, well, we're going to talk about it. Now, number one, I do want to address Bitcoin because Bitcoin is starting to have a nice little move. We're back over, a $2 trillion market cap, and trading volume is significantly increasing. If we take a quick look at Bitcoin, this is what the overall chart looks like. Now, I am on the daily, and I have been charting this in the Discord as well for everyone that is in the Discord. And if we look at this, right, we have been riding this trend since going all the way back to roughly the first half of November. And recently we did have a nice break. Now we broke out and we started to chop a little bit. This is actually a bull flag formation that we were trading on the daily against this resistance level of almost 101K, right? And yesterday we actually had a nice little close above this. Now you might say this isn't really a significant close. It technically isn't, but it still is a daily candle close above this. And even the day prior, we did have a shallow close above it. And today, if we completely close over this, it's about roughly 8 hours or so away. If we do close over this level like we are looking at here, I do think that this is going to start a much larger expansion to the upside. And that target on the upside that I'm looking at initially is about $110,000. And if we're looking at the percentage gain here from where we're at right now, it's not a very significant gain, but it is still about a 7% push to the upside. At the same exact time that we are looking for this move on Bitcoin, we are watching Bitcoin dominance, because if we go and look at this even on the 3-day, this thing is trading at significant resistance, but we're starting to have a little bit of a breakout here. I want to see us continue to have a move to the downside from this level and actually retain the resistance level at 57%. I don't want to see us actually close over this, at least on the 3-day. We're still a day and 9 hours away from the 3-day candle close. On the daily, we are about 8 hours and 5 minutes away from a daily candle close on this. And I don't want to see us close above this resistance level. I want to see us actually reject here. But the issue that I'm watching now is that we have this nice low down here, followed by this low. So we might actually see Bitcoin steal the show a little bit more here, while altcoins remain, idle a bit. So just make sure that you are aware of that, right? XRP could still remain a little bit idle, a little bit boring, which is fine as long as we don't see, Bitcoin dominance really break out in a large way and Bitcoin really, steal the show. Because then if Bitcoin dominance is going to gain a lot of steam, while Bitcoin potentially has a sell-off around, who knows, right? It could sell off from the previous wick here. This is a liquidity wick at $104,000. It could sell off from there, or it could sell off from this 110K level. And if it does, and Bitcoin dominance is closer to 60%, then altcoins are going to have a rough time in the market. So just be aware of that. Don't get too far ahead of ourselves in terms of, saying like, all right, well, XRP is going to do this or do that. We have to be a little bit more patient and, just aware. But if we go over here to this post from Bitcoin.com news, I want to really kind of, just show you guys what they're looking at. And I do agree with this post. We have Bitcoin hold steady at 102.5K, just shy of its all-time highs of 100 and almost like $4,000. Bullseye 105K resistance, but watch out for pullbacks near 100K. Mixed signals from oscillators hint at caution for short-term traders. And yes, in the short term, there's always going to be cautious. So, or caution, sorry. So just be aware of that, and just be a little bit cautious when we are starting to trade near resistance levels or near, the high wicks. Strong support at 100K keeps optimism alive. Resistance at 103.5 to 105K could cap gains. Moving averages favor continued bullish momentum, though. And yeah, listen, I'm still very bullish on this space. I think that a lot of people take the short-term and the lower time frame trading too seriously, because, although, yeah, we're going to have short-term pullbacks. Like, even if we look at the Bitcoin chart on the 4-hour, you could see those short-term pullbacks along the way. But this is all chop leading us to the big breakouts that happen in this space. Right now, on the 4-hour, for example, we did wick into a major resistance level. So we have to be cautious here. We have to be cautious. We can't get too far ahead of ourselves. We need to clear this level first before we even get, excited or anything like that. But in the short term, yeah, there could be, pullbacks. There could be, more chop. And this could hurt altcoins. But we are in the middle of a bull run. We are in the middle of an alt season as well. So as we really think about this, the biggest gains in this space have yet to hit. So just be aware of that. Now, talking about that, let's look at XRP. I know that we were talking about Bitcoin quite a bit, but Bitcoin is important right now, especially as Bitcoin dominance is gaining, steam. If we look at XRP right now, currently speaking, and this is actually a little bit off just so that, we make sure that this is accurate. If we really look at XRP, the good news is that XRP has created a bullish structure. We have these nice lows down here. This is on the 4-hour, by the way, so lower time frame structure. We have that nice candle body close down there. We have some candle body closes here. So we actually have a higher low structure here. The problem is that we don't actually have a higher high structure. The good news is that we broke above the top trend line, which is confirming a breakout here. And so far, we are holding support. That support level is right around roughly $2.39. So we are holding this currently speaking. What we want to see is a break above the $2 and roughly 53-cent level. So this midline here, because this is where we wick to, we want to break over this. We want to regain that support going back to like December 8th before we did, retest a much larger breakout here. And then from this level that we flip, we want to break over those previous highs. all we're really kind of looking for on this chart, and not to really kind of, complicate things or, go too much in detail, all we're really kind of looking for is the fact that we, hold these nice lows up here that we're starting to form, right? This is a low. This is technically a lower low on the structure going all the way back to like December 3rd, but lower time frame wise, we have this nice low down here followed by a higher low, followed by a technically higher low here. What we want to see is a break over this high to create a higher high. And then after that, I do believe that we will target those highs going back to December 3rd. So right now, the big thing to focus on is just maintaining these lows. If we do lose it, what am I looking for? I'm looking for us to retest about $2.22. Reason why is because if we flip this and actually invert the overall chart, and this is why I do think that a much larger breakout is actually, brewing, we have a shoulder ahead, and I do think that we could see one more retest of $2.21 to put in another shoulder over here, aka a head and shoulders pattern. In this case, it's technically an inverse head and shoulders pattern because I am inverting the chart. But how would this look? Well, we would technically sell off into this level, chop a little bit, and then break out. But as you guys do see, if we're talking about this chart, that's actually a breakdown, but this would be a breakout to retest those highs around $2.85. And I do believe that will take us to new all-time highs, in my opinion. So we're watching to see if this does play out. Again, the reason why I could see this being a possibility is because Bitcoin is trading at resistance levels during the weekend. Usually weekend price action is not to be trusted. And also Bitcoin dominance is starting to break out a little bit to the upside. So altcoins are most likely going to take a back seat here. And during that time, if we do see Bitcoin having a rough time, altcoins will definitely chop a bit. So I'm watching to see if we do form this inverse head and shoulders pattern on this chart. If we do, it's actually bullish for XRP. And the way that the way that I'm looking at this is basically watching to see a retest of these lows going back to December 4th, December 5th as well, before we have that expansion to the upside to actually fully print this pattern fully on this chart. So with that being said, as we really look at XRP, is it very bullish today? Yes, I do believe that it is very bullish. This is lower time frame trading though. To give you guys a quick insight on a zoomed out version of this chart, Credible Crypto, I have to give a huge shout out to Credible Crypto because he did, really kind of paint this picture. If you zoom out, he said, and for non-traders, you just need to zoom out a little bit so you don't forget the big picture. Structure on XRP here looks so freaking clean and bullish. It's actually insane. Forget what happens on these lower time frames. It's noise for a non-trader. Big picture is incredibly and unequivocally bullish as well. We already know. As always, with these charts, time and price, not necessarily to scale. We take the moves one step at a time to narrow this down. This is simply to show how early we are in context to higher time frame impulsive structure. And yes, listen, as we look at this chart, I do believe that everyone should be paying attention to this. Now, Credible Crypto is calling for, $20 plus or just $10 to $20, which is totally fine. I get it. I understand it. I do think that XRP could definitely hit those highs. Is it, something that I am, dead set on? Not exactly. I do think that we should start to de-risk once we do break over the all-time high. But when I say de-risk, I don't mean to sell everything and, just go absolutely crazy on profit taking. No, we start taking some profits. Obviously, we keep a moon bag always in case we do hit, much higher prices. But I do believe that XRP is about to shock a lot of people. And I also do think that it is going to make a lot of holders very rich that did, hold through all the noise, that, were prepared, that had a plan. And I just want you guys to understand that, the lower time frame, I know that it is a lot of, noise. It's, there's a lot of things that we talk about that doesn't really matter to those out there that are just holding for big profits. The lower time frame talk, it definitely doesn't matter, but it is a great outlook. It does give you guys a little bit more of an insight on things. But if you don't care about, the trading of XRP, you don't really care to trade it daily or anything like that, then it doesn't matter. This is all you really need to watch for. We are in a much larger Wave 5 extension that, Credible Crypto is talking about here in terms of the Elliott Wave theory. But, I just want you guys to realize, we are still very early in this run. So just be aware of that. Make sure that you guys are preparing and you have a plan in place. 2025, in my opinion, is going to get very, very crazy very fast. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on because more free content. So you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.